Every day, thousands of tourists come here, but some leave delighted, while others are sure they wasted their money. So is it worth going to this hotel? Let's find out. Welcome to Zoetry Agua Punta Cana. Zoetry Agua Punta Cana is a true oasis of seclusion and luxury on the Dominican coast. Everything here is designed so that every moment gives you a feeling of harmony and peace. The hotel is surrounded by tropical greenery, and the white sandy beach with soft sand and turquoise sea looks like a postcard. The spacious rooms are tastefully decorated and equipped with everything necessary for a comfortable stay. The restaurants serve gourmet dishes prepared from the freshest ingredients, and every dinner brings joy and pleasure. The hotel's rating is 4.6 on Google, 8.6 on Booking.com, and 4.7 on TripAdvisor. However, even such a popular hotel has its drawbacks, which may significantly affect your choice. Let's take a closer look at all the pros and cons of the hotel so you can make the right decision. But before we begin, I want to ask you to subscribe to our channel and support this video with likes and comments. Thank you. The first thing I saw at this hotel was the beach, and it simply amazed me. The white sand stretches along the coast, and above your head are rows of tall palms, just like from a postcard. The sea is clean and calm, and most of the time there is hardly anyone on the beach. I really like that the beach is practically deserted. No tourist crowds, and you can always find a free lounger under an umbrella. Every morning the staff walk along the shore, clean up small debris, and smooth out the sand so the area always looks well kept. I spent hours walking along the water's edge and listening to the sound of the waves. Because the hotel is far from the city center, the beach here is private and quiet. No loud music, no intrusive vendors, only nature and peace. In the evening, the beach is especially beautiful. The sun sets behind the palms and the sky turns pink and orange. Sitting on a lounger at such moments, I felt like I was in paradise. It was hard to believe that this deserted, clean beach belonged to our hotel. It felt like being on a wild island. Friends, if you already have your own experience at this hotel, share it in the comments. Let's discuss. I would rate the beach 10 out of 10, but the hotel grounds really surprised me. The grounds of Zoetry Agua Punta Cana look like a tropical garden. Everywhere you see lush greenery, palms, bright flowers, neatly trimmed bushes. It is clear that the landscaping is well maintained. The architecture of the buildings is done in a pleasant Caribbean style. Lots of natural wood, thatched roofs, and the buildings blend harmoniously with nature. Scattered around the property are several pools, and they are so beautiful you just can't pass by. We often stop to swim or just lie on a lounger by the water. At the same time, there were few people. No crowds in or around the pools. Always a calm atmosphere. I should also mention the location of the hotel. It is in Uvero Alto, the most remote area of Punta Cana from the airport. Getting there takes quite a long time. Our trip from the airport took just over an hour. At first, I was worried about this remoteness, but then I realized that it is precisely because of it that the resort is so quiet and secluded. There are almost no other hotels around, and no city noise. Only the ocean, the rustling palms, and the singing of birds in the morning. During the entire vacation, we hardly left the property. Everything we needed, from restaurants to the spa, was inside, and we didn't even want to go anywhere else. Honestly, I felt like I was on a separate island. All around us were just our hotel and wild nature. As a lover of peace, the resort seemed perfect to me, although we really did pay for this seclusion with a long journey. Now let's head to the main restaurant, where I will show you what guests are served at the hotel. And believe me, there is a lot to talk about. As for the food at the hotel, I can say that we were satisfied. There are 4 restaurants on the property, and during our stay we managed to try each of them. Each has its own menu, so you can switch cuisines. Today, for example, seafood and Caribbean dishes. Tomorrow, something European or vegetarian. Honestly, I was worried the food might be disappointing, but everything turned out to be of a high standard. The dishes were served fresh. The ingredients were of good quality. The fruit was ripe and sweet. The fish and seafood were tasty. The meat was tender. Of course, not every dinner was a masterpiece. Sometimes they were just normal dishes, without a wow effect. This is not haute cuisine, and you shouldn't expect culinary miracles. None of the local restaurants reach Michelin level. But frankly, I always left dinner full and pleased with what I tried. We even found our favorite, the restaurant closer to the beach, where they grilled fresh fish in the evenings. We went there twice because the food was just so delicious. The drinks also did not disappoint. The cocktails at the pool bar were made excellently by the bartenders. The service in the restaurants was unhurried but friendly. The waiters smiled, chatted, and explained the dishes. The only downside was that sometimes we had to wait longer for our order than we would have liked. Well, after a delicious meal, I want to return to my room and show you what impressed me so much. Our room at Zoetry Agua Punta Cana exceeded all expectations. We booked a swim-up room. From our terrace, we could step directly into a calm turquoise pool. This turned out to be incredibly convenient. In the morning, you open the door, and there it is, the cool pool you can dive into straight from your room. The room itself was very spacious. A large bedroom with a king-size bed, a cozy sitting area with a sofa, and still plenty of free space left. The interior design was in the local style, wood finishes, natural fabrics, high ceilings under a thatched roof. Everything looked authentic yet tasteful, with a real sense of luxury. In the bathroom, a wide tropical shower and natural stone finishes. You feel like you are in a spa, without leaving your room. Our room was cleaned twice a day. Full cleaning in the morning, and in the evening they came to prepare the room for sleep, closing the curtains, changing towels, turning down the bed. Every time we came back after dinner, we found perfect cleanliness and even small touches, like a chocolate on the pillow. The only thing that disappointed in the room was the internet. The Wi-Fi was poor, uploading a video was almost impossible, and even sending photos home was a problem. I hope the hotel improves its internet in the future. And now let's talk about the staff, because we all know how much they can affect our vacation. The service and staff at this hotel deserve special applause. I have rarely encountered such attentive and heartfelt treatment of guests. Each building here has its own concierge, and ours practically became our friend during the stay. He greeted us every day with a broad smile, asked how we were doing, and solved any requests, from extra beach towels to restaurant reservations. On the very first evening, we met the guest relations manager. He also helped with everything we needed. In general, everywhere you look, there are people who genuinely want your vacation to be perfect. The bartender at the pool already knew our favorite cocktail by the second day and started preparing it as soon as we appeared at the bar. The receptionist checked us in quickly and without unnecessary formalities, and later often helped us with excursion advice, always greeting us warmly. Even in the spa, the masseuse left a pleasant impression. She explained everything in detail and asked about my well-being after the procedure. You could feel that the staff were genuinely happy to see the guests. Everyone, from gardener to waiter, greeted you, smiled, and was ready to help. And now let's talk about entertainment at the hotel, because without any animation, it could get a little boring. Although the hotel is small, you won't get bored here. Every day there are some activities and entertainment. In the morning you can do yoga on the beach, or for example, take part in aqua aerobics in the pool. In the afternoon there are cooking classes or tastings of local rum. What I especially remember was the evening entertainment. Almost every evening the hotel arranged something interesting. One time there was a live concert. A guitarist played Latin American music by the pool under the stars, and we sat with cocktails enjoying the atmosphere. Another evening, there was a show with national dances right on the beach, bright and spectacular. If someone is looking for drive and night parties, Zoetry Agua Punta Cana might seem a little boring. It's still a place for relaxation, not partying. But for my wife and me, this calm program was perfect. Zoetry Agua Punta Cana in the Dominican Republic left me with the impression of a paradise-like, truly quiet and peaceful place. The beach with white sand and a complete sense of privacy gives the feeling of being on a tropical island. The grounds, with well-kept greenery, palms, and pools, resemble a heavenly garden where you can stroll for hours and enjoy the silence. The dining does not claim to be of the highest gastronomic level, but it consistently pleased us with fresh dishes and tasty drinks. The rooms at Zoetry Agua Punta Cana are spacious, stylish, and comfortable, although the internet could be better. But the staff amaze me with their genuine care and attention. You get the feeling that you are truly welcome and valued here. The entertainment is unobtrusive and geared more toward relaxation than noisy parties, which is ideal for those seeking peace. In the end, I can say that this hotel became for me a place of complete reset and inner harmony, exactly how I imagined the perfect vacation in Punta Cana. Friends, but the final choice is always only yours, and only you decide whether to fly to this hotel or not. And while you are thinking, I recommend watching these other videos about Dominican hotels. I hope you enjoyed this video. Put likes and subscribe to the channel so as not to miss our new reviews. And with that, I say goodbye to you. See you again in a new hotel.